Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. Sagittarius, we're going to see what messages the divine wants to give you in this reading. I always remind you that these readings are, of course, generalized. So take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. That will resonate with someone else who's watching this reading. If you could, remember to have a look at your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, because by doing that, you get way more information that can assist you, okay? So whatever is happening right now, we have some important messages that we need to talk about. We're also going to grab some tarot cards for you as well, and then we can get started, okay? So let's have a look to see what the divine wants to give you from our tarot cards. All right. Okay, let's grab one more. Okay, first of all, the oracle card that you received is telling you that the answer is yes. Okay, so for some of you, maybe you were asking the divine for some answers. Maybe you just wanted that simple answer to come in. And whatever the question was, the answer is yes. Or you are the one who is saying yes to someone. So we have our yes and we have our message that is telling you to just say yes. Okay, so whatever is happening there, most of you will know what that message is all about. Now, as we're moving forward to the next set of cards, Sagittarius, there's a similar message that has been happening for quite some time. Okay, and this message is all about your friends, really minding what you're focusing on, really looking at the people that you surround yourself with, because some of these people, some of these vibrations, some of these energies needs to be deleted out of your life. Why? Because they are holding you back. Okay, so let's have a look to see what this card is all about and what messages I'm going to hear for you. So we have our card that is asking you to remember not to let the past hold you back. So for some of you, you feel that you've made some errors, some mistakes. And there's a moment where you're beating yourself up. There's a moment where you're looking back and feeling like a failure. There's a moment where you are feeling disempowered. The divine is saying this was just a moment in time. Don't let this hold you back, but instead use this as a stepping stone, because this situation taught you some important lessons you wouldn't have learned if you hadn't made that mistake. So whatever is happening, the divine is saying, yes, feel the shame, feel the guilt, feel whatever it is that you're feeling. But at some point, you have to draw that line in the sand and say, okay, it was a mistake, but I'm not going to let that past keep on holding me back. I'm not going to let that error keep on standing in my way. Instead, I'm going to look at this in a completely different way, in a new way that allows me to use this as a stepping stone. Okay, so there is something that is there that is to do with something that has happened. I feel that for some of you, this is in the recent past. I feel that for some of you, maybe this was to do with money. Some of you maybe invested your money and you lost some money, and now you're kicking yourself. Now you're losing faith in yourself. But the divine is saying, do not lose faith. Look at the lessons that are here. Maybe you went and invested in a space that you didn't have education, that you didn't really learn about. You were just chasing the goal. You were just chasing the money instead of really going in this space with education, with your eyes wide opened. And now that you've lost some money, you're kicking yourself and you're saying to yourself that I'm never going to take a risk again. No, risks are good. But these have to be calculated risks. These have to be risks that you make with your eyes wide open instead of being fooled by chasing some gains, by chasing whatever it is that you're chasing. So for some of you, this is to do with money, this mistake that has happened, but it's okay. There's a bright future ahead. If you stop, if you learn, if you really educate yourself and use this situation as a stepping stone and use this situation as a way to make yourself realize how maybe you bit too much, more than you could chew. Okay, so there's that situation that is there. For some of you, like I said, there's a message that is around your friends. There is a message around maybe even family. So the divine is saying, again, look at the people who are around you. If you're sensing some shady vibes around a person, around a group of people, really be aware of that vibe, because you are intuitively picking up messages. You are intuitively picking up warnings. And you are ignoring these warnings because you work with these people, because you have been friends with these people for a long time, because whatever excuses that you are using for these people's behaviors, for the toxicity that they bring into your life, the divine is saying enough is enough. It is time to look at your contact list. It is time to look at the people who surround you. It is time to really diligently look at the vibration around people that you hang around with, people that you even love. Some people you love from a distance. Some people you have to just completely delete and distance yourself from. Some people you have to move away from. So there is that energy of unfriending, of deleting some contacts and moving on. Moving on because of shady vibes that are here. All right. So the divine is saying, remember we spoke about some mistakes. Remember we spoke about you beating yourself up. Remember we really emphasized this message that was here, where you are looking at yourself and kicking yourself, feeling like you're a failure. The divine is saying, remember that what you're focusing on grows. If you're focusing on the mistakes that you make, guess what's going to happen? There are going to be more mistakes in the future. But remember how we turned around this energy? We turned around this energy by using that mistake as a stepping stone. So now instead of focusing on this situation as something negative that happened, you are now looking at this situation and you are using the lessons that you learned. You are using them as stepping stones. You are using them to elevate and to grow yourself, because now you know how not to do something. And as you're going forward, you have put the past in the past behind you, but you have taken the lessons and you are going to come and, yes, that's right, sow these lessons, grow these lessons, because you're understanding that what you're focusing on is going to grow. What you're focusing on is going to help you manifest your future experiences. And so you're focusing on growing, you're focusing on learning, and you are understanding that mistakes are part of the journey. If you just got from A to B without making any mistakes, then it's boring. Then how are you going to inspire other people when other people are asking you about how you did this and that and that? If you didn't make any mistakes, how are you going to inspire them? How are you going to be relatable? So instead, you're going to be taking the mistakes that you make and you are going to be showing other people the results that you received after all the challenges that you went through. And now you're going to be capitalizing, monetizing this mistake that was standing in the way, because now you can teach other people how not to do something and how to get to where you are a lot quicker. So there is a message that I'm hearing for some of you, that you are going to be monetizing the mistakes. You're going to be monetizing what you did wrong in the past as a way of teaching other people, as a way of a new business. So again, this happened for a reason, and you are going to be making money from that mistake that seems to be holding you back right now. So remember, the card that you received from our tarot card was the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is that energy where it's seeing you juggling your money, your pentacles. And you can see, if you observe our card, behind our person, there is that turbulence that is in the background. The water behind our person is not calm. There is a lot that is going on. So what does that mean? Well, remember, we're speaking about mistakes. So as you have learned all the mistakes, as you have taken all the lessons, going forward, you are able to navigate anything that comes your way. Any turbulence that comes your way, you can navigate through this a lot easier, because in the past, you would have made many mistakes, but now you know how to roll with the flow. Now you know how to get from A to B to C to wherever you're going a lot easier. So there is progress that is on the cards for you. You don't have to be afraid of the future. You don't have to be afraid of the challenges, because you are going to know and understand how to navigate your way to success. And you're going to be able to take your knowledge, your wisdoms, and your skills about how to navigate these uncharted waters, and you're going to be using them to make more money, like we spoke about. We have our infinity sign that is around your money that is here. Okay, so this is you wisely knowing how to juggle all the lessons that you learned and turning them into something successful, turning them into something that can bring money from you time and time again, that can bring money to you. Correction there. So that can bring money to you time and time again, because we have that infinity sign, right? And this is the message that the divine wants to give you. Let the past be the past, but take the lessons, use them to capitalize, use them for your gains, use them to elevate your status. Do not keep standing in the way. So remember, we spoke about shady vibes. Remember, we spoke about deleting, unfriending, moving on from some people. So for some of you, you're going to see that once you have gone through the challenges and you are winning and you are successful, what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is these shady people that were here, these people who are only here when you are succeeding, they are going to come back and get in touch with you. Hey, do you remember me? Hey, can I make a peace offering? I'm sorry for all the shady things that I did in the past. Let's start again. And the divine is saying the answer is going to be no, because people don't change. These people are only wanting to come and drink from your cups and empty your energy. They are not here to help you succeed. They are only here for the celebration. They are only here for the victory. But when you're going through the challenges, when you're going through your oops moments, these people are nowhere to be found. And this is why the divine is asking you to look at their behavior, sense their shady energy, and unfriend, move on, and delete them out of your life, because you have victory. You have success that is on the cards. And when you get to the victorious moments, when you get to your victorious future, you want people who are going to bring the energy of stability. We have our number 4, which is that energy of stability, which is that energy of power, which is that energy of organization, which is that energy of being established. So soon you're going to find yourself in a good place, and you only want people around you who are going to be there through the thick and thin, through all the mistakes and everything in between. And they are not only here when it's time to celebrate, when it's time to raise a glass and say, congratulations. So this is the reading that I have for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you soon. It's a goodbye.